Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, and today I am going to be doing the thing. You know what I'm talking about. When DVD collectors have way too much on their shelves, what do? Why, they show it off to the internet, of course. Today I am going to be showing you guys my entire DVD, Blu-ray, and VHS collection as of today, as of this year. Now, I'm almost always adding things to my collection. I'm almost always adding new stuff and all that. But as of now, I haven't really bought anything because, I just haven't really gotten out. I haven't really gone out to do so. So I am going to be showing you guys every single DVD I have thus far. So, and Blu-ray and VHS, which is over there, and it's a lot. So this video is probably going to be at least an hour long, so I hope you guys enjoy that. And yeah, also I have to thank you guys so much for all the new subscribers that I've been getting and all the new views and the likes and the comments. You guys are really supporting me. It just means a lot to me that this channel is finally growing. It's not as big as my other channel, the the other one that I won't say the name of here, but I mean you guys probably know what I'm talking about. Doesn't have as much views or subscribers as that one, but we're close. We are close. We are halfway to 1,000 subs, so that is epic. So yeah, without further ado, I've talked too much, and I'm just gonna get into it. So I don't have big enough shelves. Focus, please. I don't have big enough shelves to put these in, so I'm not even gonna bother taking this out because that is gonna take too much time. So instead, I'm just going to show you guys the side labels. Sorry, but that's what I'm gonna do. So Star Trek, the motion picture, Star Trek motion picture trilogy that has 2, 3, and 4. This is the Star Trek remake and the Star Trek Compendium, which has Into Darkness and the remake. Star Trek, the original series, Captain Kirk's Boldest Moments, that has some episodes from the 60s series, I think, on CBC. Independence Day, is that CBC? No, it's CBS. What am I talking about? Independence Day, the OG movie, King Kong, 2005. Love that movie. This was my first copy of that movie, in fact. The Sixth Day, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Red Dragon. The Aladdin remake, I haven't seen that one yet, but a lot of people tell me bad things about it. Bad Boys 1 and 2, Nightmare Before Christmas, Spider-Man, The Amazing Spider-Man, or now the Spectacular Spider-Man. As if he wasn't amazing enough, now he's spectacular. The complete first season of the animated series, Kramer vs. Kramer, Jeepers Creepers 1, Eastern Promises, and Goodfellas on HD DVD. I don't own an HD DVD, but I kind of just got it because why not? And this giant gray slab is actually Terminator 2 Judgment Day, the Ultimate Edition DVD. This is like one of the greatest DVDs ever made. Date Night, Zombieland, The Ascent. It's pretty dark. The Courier, Romeo and Juliet, the one with Leonardo DiCaprio. Cheech and Chong, Up in Smoke and Still Smokin'. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Apollo 18, Miracle on 34th Street. M. Night Shyamalan's The Village, Shutter Island, Joey and Paul. And over here, I guess we have some DVD CDs. The Eminem Show, Curtain Call 2, Music to Be Murdered By, Side B. I actually had an unboxing video for that CD that I was going to release, but I accidentally deleted it off my phone, so that's gone forever. The only thing I have left of that video is the thumbnail, but that's not going to work for anything. So, yeah, Music to Be Murdered By, Side B. I got it. It's pretty much the same thing as Music to Be Murdered By 1, but except it's Side B. So, yeah, if you're buying this, you're pretty much buying both Music to Be Murdered By. Daft Punk, Random Access Memories, and The Best of Blondie. All right, now that we got this out of the way, let's get on to the actual thing. So, let me just adaptation, and I'm gonna take this one out and leave it there so that my fingers don't die when I'm pulling them out. We got Animal House, Double Secret Probation Edition, Apocalypto, Mel Gibson, Aquaman, The Aviator, Army of Darkness. Amazing movie. I love that. I love this movie. I've seen it at least like 10 times. It's my favorite. Or not my favorite, one of my favorites. American Beauty. American Psycho. Currently my favorite movie of all time. This movie just does so much well. I feel like an aspect of this movie that not many people talk about is how much variety this movie has. Like, this movie is a comedy, it's a horror, it's a drama, it's an action movie, all rolled into one. It's hilarious, it's terrifying, it's dramatic, you know, all of those elements rolled into one amazing movie, and Christian Bale does an incredible job as well. The Amazing Spider-Man, The Amazing Spider-Man 2. So, I don't really like Spider-Man that much. I never really got into the movies, but I do have a friend who absolutely adores Spider-Man, and I am trying to get into the Spider-Man series just for them, because, you know, I love them that much. Adventures in Babysitting. The Avengers. That same friend also loves Avengers, so, you know, I'm pretty much just doing whatever they want me to do, or watching whatever they want me to watch. Apocalypse Now. This includes the movie, this includes Redux and Hearts of Darkness, so a lot of stuff. Apollo 13, Boys in the Hood, Black Swan, Blade Runner, The Final Cut. Got a few versions. I've got like 2 versions of that movie, that final cut and the director's cut. Baby Assassins, although I have heard that the original cut, the theatrical cut, is the version of the movie that the director likes the most. Baby Assassins, I just got it because, I don't know, it just kind of looks interesting. Black Hawk Down, saw this one with my dad a few years ago. Absolutely brutal war movie from what I can remember. Don't remember if it was good. Actually, I think it was good. The Blues Brothers, one of my favorite movies ever. I really don't like musicals. Like, I'm really hard pressed when it comes to musicals, but this one does it really good. The Blues Brothers 2000. I haven't seen it, but from what I've heard, this movie sucks and is nowhere near as good as the first one, but, you know, I'll be the judge of that. Batman, the 4 movie collection. This includes Batman, Batman Returns, Batman Forever, and Batman and Robin. In my opinion, Batman 1989 is the best Batman movie of all time. Batman Begins, the first one with Christian Bale, yeah, and Christopher Nolan. The Batman, this is the first, I think this was the first unboxing video I ever did on the channel, so, you know, it brings back a lot of memories to 2002. Damn, what a year that was. The Breakfast Club, classic. High School Reunion edition, or collection, I guess. Back to the Future, the complete trilogy. It says it in the title. It includes Back to the Future 1, 2, and 3. Brightburn. Bruce Almighty. Love Jim Carrey. Hilarious guy. Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice. Birdman, or The Unexpected Virtue of Ignorance. Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn. How sad that one of the best movies called Bird is also near this movie called Bird. I mean, it was fine, but you know how I feel about, you know, modern DC. I mean, modern DC can do things well, but sometimes they do that. Beetlejuice. Very nice. Being John Malkovich. Black Klansman. The Big Lebowski. I need to stand back. I am way too close. Sorry about that, guys. A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. Of course, you get Tom Hanks to be Mr. Rogers. Who else? Black Phone. I think I made a review on this movie a few days ago, or like months ago, or like last year, and I don't remember exactly what I said. it was fine, you know, for what it was worth. It was fine. It was just kind of boring at some points. But excuse me, Bullet Train. I haven't seen it, but I've been anticipating to see it. The Boys, season 1 and 2. I've been clamoring to see this show. A lot of people say amazing things about it, and yeah. So this is kind of a bunch of shows here. Here we go. Breaking Bad, my favorite show of all time. Who doesn't love Breaking Bad? Breaking Bad season 1, season 2. One of the best seasons in my opinion. Gotta move my CDs just for a moment. Breaking Bad season 3, kind of okay season, not as good as season 1 and 2, but still has its great moments. Season 4, absolutely incredible season, probably my favorite so far. Part 1 of season 5, and I don't have season 6 or like season 5 part 2. Gotta get that. The movie El Camino, a Breaking Bad movie. Nice. This was made during the production of Better Call Saul, so that's kind of crazy. Clockwork Orange, one of my favorite movies of all time, and one of Stanley Kubrick's best. Chinatown, Jack Nicholson, awesome. Chasing Amy, the only reason I bought this was because it was it's not available on Criterion's website, so I guess that makes it pretty rare. Captain Phillips, yeah, cried when I saw that movie the first time. This DVD actually has an error, so look, color out and then another T. Don't know what that's about. So yeah, Color Out of Space, pretty strange, very strange movie. And I put the CD. I'm gonna try and do this video in one take. Get in there, all right. And now we can put adaptation back. All right, so let's sit down for a second. So here we go. We have the same problem that we did up there. So we have It's a Wonderful Life. We have James Cameron's Avatar. That movie kind of came back to life because of the sequel. Police Academy, 20th Anniversary Edition. The Fault in Our Stars. Hellraiser. What is this one? Underworld, Blood Wars. All right. Red Riding Hood. Alternate cut. Pan's Labyrinth, Fun with Dick and Jane, and up here we have Stand and Deliver, Eyes Wide Shut. Unfortunately, Stanley Kubrick's last movie. I wish he could have stayed around long enough to make more. God, it's never been the same without him. Saving Private Ryan, Little Shop of Horrors, Man on Wire, Stone, Good Night and Good Luck, Gretel and Hansel, Goodfellas. That's in my top 5 favorite movies ever. Like, you have no idea how much this movie means to me. Halloween 1 and Halloween 2, the Rob Zombie versions. Hairspray and the Hairspray remake and the Hairspray original by John Waters. Killing Gunther, Final Destination Trilogy 1, 2, and 3. Whip It, Starsky and Hutch, Funny People, The Mummy Returns, The Blair Witch Project, Superman the Movie, Aliens, Alien 3, and then a bunch of Blu-rays right here. We got The Gambler, we got Fargo, Transformers, Friday the 13th uncut on Blu-ray, Friday the 13th, the final chapter on Blu-ray, Wayne's World, Alien vs. Predator Requiem, V for Vendetta, The Godfather Part 3, Top Gun, and Final Destination, aka Final Destination 4. Alright, that was a mouthful. Now we gotta pull this one out so we can have room. Cable Guy. Jim Carrey's, I guess, scariest movie. It really wasn't well received when it came out, but the critics had no idea. Cujo. Okay, so I don't know if anyone else feels the same way, but, whoa. I don't know if anyone else feels the same way, but this cover, at least to me, is horrifying. This cover is terrifying to me. It's always been. And especially a different variant, which is even more horrifying than this one. I think it's the combination of the dog and its hyper realistic human eyes. I guess it taps into the uncanny valley, part of the brain, I guess. But this cover is always it's always unnerved me every time I've seen it. That's cool. Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Christine. scary. This movie felt really short the first time I saw it. Casino and Carlito's Way. Casino, absolutely amazing. Again, Scorsese never misses. Carlito's Way was also pretty good. Again, Al Pacino does amazing. Jack Nicholson, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. This is in my top 10 favorite movies. Probably my top 5, if we're being honest. Because, Jesus. I actually have the book, too. I don't know where it is. But if you haven't seen this movie, you gotta see it. It's one of the best movies ever made. I own it 3 times. I have this, and I have like 2 VHS tapes of that movie. That's how much I love it. Child's Play. Now rolling into movies that are not so good. I don't like slasher movies. I think the horror genre is the worst genre in the movie industry. That's just me personally. Child's Play 2, pretty good. Child's Play 1 and 2, pretty good. Child's Play 3, again, pretty good. A lot of people don't like Child's Play 3. I thought it was fine. I'm kind of indifferent. The Color of Money, Martin Scorsese movie. The Conjuring 3, The Devil Made Me Do It. I have mixed feelings. I'm actually going to stand up because this angle's horrible. I have mixed feelings about the Conjuring series. I think they're fine, but again, they're just like jump scary type of haunted house movies, you know? Seeing them, I like unoriginal. Crazy Rich Asians. I did the dumbest unboxing of this of all time. So dumb that somebody actually pointed it out in the comments. Creed and Creed 2, because you know Creed 3 is a thing now. Die Another Day. The Dark Knight. The Dark Knight Rises. I haven't seen any of the Dark Knight Batman movies, so I couldn't tell you how I feel about them. Drag Me to Hell. This is from Sam Raimi, the creator of Evil Dead and Spider-Man. I saw this movie years ago. I don't know if I even saw the whole thing. I think all I saw was like little clips of the movie. Just organizing that because it was kind of tilted. And it kind of scared the hell out of me as a kid. I think it's actually meant to be more like a horror comedy. Now that I look at it, like in the same vein as Army of Darkness or Evil Dead 2, you know, very gory, but also funny. Dune, the original, David Lynch, one of the best directors to ever live. Dune, the remake, which I also heard was pretty good. Haven't seen it. I haven't even seen the original yet. Doom. Yeah. As a huge fan of Doom, this movie, it was a disappointment, you know, to say the least. I could go on about all the things that are wrong with this movie, but I'll save it for a review. Yeah. Doom Annihilation. Dunkirk. From what I've heard, it's really good. Again, Christopher Nolan is working his way up to be an extremely good and classic director. Doctor Strangelove, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb. Another one of Stanley Kubrick's best. Very funny movie. I think one of the only comedies, or like the only comedy he ever did. Deadpool. Yeah, Deadpool. Epic. Doctor Sleep, but it's also a 2-film collection of The Shining. For the longest time, I could not find Doctor Sleep in its own like DVD case, so I bought this for $20. A few days later, it's in the $5 bin. So yeah, thanks. Donnie Brasco. Don't Breathe. I got a sequel out for that one. The Deer Hunter. Martin Scorsese, I believe. Probably. I don't know. I think it is Martin Scorsese. Or probably not. I don't know. I don't remember. Drive. Ooh, another one of those Sigma movies. The Sigma grind, you know. The Departed. Fine. I think actually this is one of Martin Scorsese's kind of, you know, weaker films, I guess. It's still really good, but I just don't enjoy it as much as the other ones. Evil Dead. Evil Dead is one of my favorite horror franchises. One of the only good horror movie franchises. In my opinion, there's the original. The Scariest. Evil Dead 2. funniest, or like, you know, I guess Army of Darkness is funnier than Evil Dead 2. Evil Dead 2 is my favorite. Actually, no, Army of Darkness is my favorite. Evil Dead 2 is my second favorite, and this one is my last favorite. But that doesn't mean that this movie's bad. No, that doesn't mean it's bad. It's really good. Evil Dead, the 2014 remake, or 2013, I'm sorry. A lot of people, because of Evil Dead Rise, have actually gone back to this movie, and a lot of people are saying this remake is actually really good. So, surprise, surprise, the remake was actually good. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. I remember the huge hype about this movie. I did an unboxing of this movie as well. You guys might have seen it. I wish I could do another one of those big unboxing videos again like I used to do them. I don't know. The Exorcist, the version you've never seen. I think this one is the more graphic version. Quote-unquote scariest movie of all time. I guess. I don't know. Elvis. Yeah, Elvis. What can you say? Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. I wanted Jim Carrey's more serious roles, but I really love when usually comedic directors take on more serious roles. Edward Scissorhands. E.T. the Extraterrestrial. Oh man, here we go. Falling Down with Michael Douglas. This is an extremely underrated movie. One of the best movies in my opinion. One of my favorite movies of all time. Love this movie so much. Full Metal Jacket. This is like in Stanley Kubrick's like absolute top tier movies. You gotta see this movie if you love war movies. If you somehow haven't seen it already. Fight Club, another Sigma movie, I guess. Haven't seen it yet. Free Guy. Yeah. I don't know what to say. Ryan Reynolds. Fury. Great war movie. Great war movie. Absolutely epic, amazing. The Fly. This is absolutely jam-packed with special features. This is probably some of the most special features I've ever seen on a single DVD. Or like, it's a double disc. But, I mean, still. Forrest Gump. Love this movie. Love this movie. It's brought me to tears almost every single time I watch it. Friday the 13th 8 movie collection. I don't completely hate these movies. It's just that I don't hold them in the highest regards. This includes Friday the 13th Uncut, Friday the 13th Part 2, Part 3, or 3D, The Final Chapter, A New Beginning, Jason Lives, The New Blood, and Jason Takes Manhattan. For copyright issues, they couldn't include Jason Goes to Hell or Jason X. Fine, but to me, slasher movies are just bottom of the barrel movies. Like, they are just the worst. Alright, we're going down here now. So, we got more stuff up here. Finally, I can sit down because my legs were hurting. Alright, this is way too dark to see. So, I'm actually going to have to pull it out. This is the 4-movie laugh pack. This includes Animal House, Fast Times at Ridgemont High, Dazed and Confused, and Weird Science. So yeah, a lot of the quintessential, like, high school sex comedy movies. Fantastic Mr. Fox is right there. Yeah. Saw. Oh god, me and Saw, we go back a lot. The Fog. The Fog is coming. That's a reference. That's a very cringy inside joke that only one person in this world will get if they even watch the video. The Three Stooges, that just includes a bunch of stuff, a lot of their shows and stuff. The Three Stooges, another DVD, which includes a whole bunch of more of their short films, or like movies, I guess you want to call them. Love the Three Stooges ever since I was a kid. Love them. They make me laugh so hard. Like, if you're in a bad mood, put on Three Stooges. That bad mood is going to go away. Diary of a Wimpy Kid, a movie that I held in the highest regard as a kid. Looking back on it, it's fine for what it is. An incredible adaptation. One of the best book-to-movie adaptations, in my opinion, which sounds absolutely depressing and sad, but it really is a very faithful remake. I think I actually enjoy, or, what am I remake?
adaptation. I think it's one of my favorite I think I like it more than the books, actually. Like, I don't really read the books anymore, so I guess that isn't saying much. Alien versus Predator. I can't believe I spent that much time talking about Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Alien versus Predator, the first one. Winter's Bone, The Exorcist Special Edition. It says it in the title. 2012, that End of the World movie that came out in 2008, which scared the hell out of people, making them think 2012 was going to be the end of the world. But guess what? It wasn't. The Lodge, The Curse of La Llorona. Terrible movie. Again, Conjuring, because this is actually part of the Conjuring series, if I'm not mistaken. Don't like it. I just don't like it. Jackie Chan 8-movie collection. Here we go. This includes Battle. I actually want to show you guys the inside because they actually have some. Whoa! They actually have some logos. Battle Creek Brawl, City Hunter, Crime Story, Magnificent Bodyguards, Police Story 2, Dragon Fist, and The Protector. From what I've heard, Jackie Chan almost died in Police Story, like doing a stunt where I think he fell into some glass and he got like really messed up, but somehow he survived because he's freaking Jackie Chan. I haven't seen any Jackie Chan movies, so I gotta get into that. Paddington, $5 movie, really. Castaway, a movie that I've seen when I was a kid. I cried. They showed it at school. I almost cried, but I held it in because I'm a big boy and big boys don't cry in school. It's just a very sad movie once you get into it and once you actually understand the psychology behind, Tom Hanks and his character and the other character, Wilson, which I guess is not really a character, it's a prop, but whatever, you know what I mean. Elf, Will Ferrell, never really liked him. I kind of thought he was annoying, in my opinion. I know a lot of people adore Will Ferrell, but that's just my opinion. I know, I'm sorry. The Usual Suspects, Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Roderick Rules. Somehow, it was better than the first one. I love that movie. Even now, I can watch it and just kind of enjoy it for what it is. I know it's kind of like a funny comedy movie for the kiddos, but it actually has a lot of heart, a lot of character, more than what you'd mostly see nowadays, and kind of emotional at some points. You kind of feel for the characters and not just because you grew up with them by reading the books, but just because they feel genuine. Silent Fall, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. They recently put out a 4K of that movie with almost over 3 hours of deleted scenes. So what an amazing find for people who love that movie. Personally, I've never really seen it. The Notebook. Heard it was a sad movie, but I haven't seen it because I don't really care. The Wizard of Oz, Mrs. Doubtfire, 28 Weeks Later, Interview with the Vampire, and up here we have Layer Cake, British James Bond, Pulp Fiction, great movie. A lot of people say that is like the greatest or one of the greatest movies ever made. I don't really think so. I mean, it's awesome, but I'd say it's one of Quentin Tarantino's best, but I wouldn't really say it's one of the best movies ever made. It's fine for what it is. I'm gonna piss off so many people with this video. Blade Runner, the director's cut. That's what I was talking about. Garfield, the movie. Enjoyed that movie a lot as a kid. Now that I see back, it's a horrible movie. Well, not really horrible. It's just not good. It's pretty bad. The Road. From what I've heard, that is a depressing, like just bleak movie. So I'm excited for that. Diary of Wimpy Kid, Dog Days, kind of started the downfall of the Wimpy Kid. Well, actually, I guess I just don't like it that much. I don't like it as much as the first two. But for what it's worth, it's still fine, I guess. I'm not even going to bother to get Long Haul because not only do I know that movie is freaking terrible, but I just don't really care. I really just lost total interest in the Wimpy Kid series, so yeah, you won't be hearing me talking about these movies anytime soon unless I make a review on them, which is highly unlikely. Little Monsters, horror comedy, fine. 4-movie midnight marathon. Oh my god, I have to actually pull this out. Alright. This has George Romero's Land of the Dead, Dawn of the Dead, Prince of Darkness, and The Serpent and the Rainbow. Just a bunch of zombie movies. So yeah, if you're a zombie fan and you want to get that, or maybe you don't, because the quality on this DVD is horrible. Because 4 movies packed into one disc. That is just, don't do that, please. 1408. Excuse me. Cabin in the Woods. Hannibal Rising, The Sixth Sense. Poor Bruce Willis. He recently got diagnosed with Alzheimer's or dementia. Horrible disease. That is one of my worst fears, is getting dementia. That is just, it's a terrifying disease. I really hope he gets past it. Because, like, I never really favored him as much as other actors, but he's still an actor, and, you know, he's still somebody I kind of grew up with, I guess you could say. So I really hope things go well for him, because it's looking bad for him, really. Get Smart, Guardians of the Galaxy, Rocky. I know it's really dark, guys. I'm sorry. P.S. I Love You, Hickok or Highcock, whatever, I don't know. How the Grinch Stole Christmas, Jim Carrey, Father's Day. I'm gonna make a freaking video on this movie one day, because this movie absolutely boils my freaking blood. It is one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life. Horrible. And I had such... Okay, hang on. No, I'll tell you later. I'll tell you later when I actually get to it. God. A Christmas Story, Saturday Night Fever, Tomb Raider, and Guilt Trip. Alright, now we're actually moving on to the main thing. Taking this out so I have enough finger space. Freddy vs. Jason. Again, slasher movies. Bleh. Firestarter, the remake, unfortunately. Well, I do have the original, but I'll get to that later. A Few Good Men. I guess I just got it because of Jack Nicholson, really. Funny Games. This is actually a remake of the 1997 Funny Games. I think that's when it came out. And funny enough, it's the only movie I've heard of so far that is a remake made by the same director who made the original. So yeah, who made this movie? Michelle Haneke made the original. 1997. Michelle Haneke directed the original Funny Games, and he also directed this remake. So I guess he wanted to redo his own movie, because I guess he felt it didn't reach its maximum potential, which I can respect a director who wants to remake his own film and make it better. Ferris Bueller's Day Off. This is the Bueller edition, for whatever that means. Grease 40th Anniversary Edition. It's got some text. I actually didn't notice that until now. Made in Germany. Alright, thanks. Good Boys. It's funny, I guess. Ooh, kids swearing and doing drugs. Wow, epic. I think this is just one of those pure shock value movies. It's made by the same people who made Superbad and Sausage Party. Yeah, no. I hated Sausage Party. But I didn't hate this movie. I thought it was funny. You know, I guess I can go back and be like, funny, I guess. Oh, look at that. Getting stuck together. Finally. Godzilla, I'm not going to say original, because it's not the original. It's the some movie from the after 1995. Godzilla 2000, incredible cover right there. I think this movie was actually made in the year 2000. No, it was made in 1999. Okay, that was wrong. Godzilla 2014. I remember when this movie was big. One of the only reasons I want to watch it now is because of Bryan Cranston. Walter White. Yeah. Godzilla King of the Monsters. Yeah. Godzilla vs. Kong. This was one of those movies that was huge when it first came out, and was huge for like 3 weeks, and then it kind of disappeared. But I thought it was pretty nice. I love the fact that King Kong was the one who won, because, you know, I like King Kong more than Godzilla in my opinion. Fight me in the comments. Let's have a war. The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. This movie is important to me because it was the first movie me and my dad watched together. Before that, I'd watch movies by myself, but one day he decided to bring me into the living room and we watched this movie together. One of my fondest memories. It is the first movie we ever saw together. After that, we saw countless other movies together, but this one just holds a special place in my heart. And it's the DVD and Blu-ray edition, despite the fact it comes in a normal DVD case. It's actually like my second copy because the first copy it just didn't work. Like, it didn't function on my DVD player. The Girl in the Spider's Web and The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo don't know a thing about these movies. I think they're based on books. I don't know. Gremlins, one of my childhood films. This hand is getting numb. One of my childhood films. Saw this movie countless times as a kiddo. Love it. Absolutely love it. Christmas classic. Gremlins 2, The New Batch. One of the rare instances where a movie sequel is actually pretty good. You know, dare I say, even better than the first one. I mean, the first one is kind of scarier and the one that many people think of when they say Gremlins. Like, that is the Gremlins. But whatever, I like it. Ghostbusters, the original. Ghostbusters 2. I don't think I'm going to be getting any of the other Ghostbusters films. Especially not that all-female cast. It's not because I'm sexist. It's not because I'm hating women. It's just because I know that movie isn't as good as these two. Yeah, I know. Have a war with me in the comments. Telling me I'm misogynist. Telling me I hate women. I don't, alright? I love women. If that's what you want to hear. Jesus. The Green Mile. I love this movie. One of my favorite movies of all time, this one. Like, damn. Like, if you haven't seen this movie, this is one of the saddest movies I've ever seen. It was the saddest movie for the longest time until it was overthrown by another movie that's going to be coming up later. Like, very, very later. Oh, God, we got a lot to go through. The Godfather. The original, one of my favorite films ever. A lot of people say it's the best or one of the best films ever made. I have to agree. Godfather Part 2, famously considered the best movie ever made. I don't know. It's really, really good, though. Don't be mistaken. It's really, really good. I just don't consider it the best movie ever made, personally. The Godfather Part 3. A lot of people do not like this movie and hate it and say it's the worst. I can see where they're coming from, but still, I really liked it. It was part of the Godfather series. How could you not like it? The Godfather 3 or / Coda / The Death of Michael Corleone. This was just a simple cash grab. Almost nothing about this movie was changed. Yeah. Goodfellas. This used to be my favorite movie of all time until it was overthrown by various other films, but that movie's in my top 5 favorite movies of all time. Maybe even my top 3. Yeah, that's how freaking good it is. Dare I say, it's better than Goodfellas. Ooh, yeah, I'm going there. I think this movie's better than... Wait, what? What did I say? I meant to say it's better than The Godfather. Ooh, I'm going there, yeah. It doesn't work the second time. Yeah, I think this movie's better than The Godfather. That's just me. That's just my opinion. I get mad. Speaking of which, Get Out. Jordan Peele. A lot of people say Jordan Peele is looking up to be one of the greatest directors of all time. I saw Us. It was fine, alright guys? It was fine. Haven't seen Get Out or Nope, so gotta do that. The Goonies. Classic film. Oh, Hamburger Hill. I know most of you don't know what the hell this movie is. It's a war movie from Vietnam. Incredible. I actually haven't seen it myself, but, I've heard reviews about it, and a lot of people say it's great. So glad I picked that up. Oh, man, here it comes, bro. Here it comes, boys. Hobo with a Shotgun. All right. Few things I have to say about this before I get into something else. Love this movie. One of my favorites. It's not a guilty pleasure. Personally, I think this movie's absolutely incredible. Love it. The acting is
I think they purposefully make it bad, but that's because this movie is a love letter to old grindhouse films. And despite the acting sometimes being purposefully bad, it does not deter from how epic this movie is. Like, it's gory, it's funny, it's action packed, it's emotional, hilarious, dramatic. Like, all those things, scary, all those things rolled into one. If you want to see this movie, you can actually find it on YouTube. You can find it on F'd Up Movies. A lot of these movies you can actually find. You can find Falling Down on fdupmovies.com. I actually didn't know that. You can find American Psycho on fdupmovies.com. So yeah, a lot of great movies are just sitting on fdupmovies.com. So yeah, go get them before they get removed or something. Love Hobo with a Shotgun. Back to Father's Day. So on the back, I'm gonna cover the ass. Hang on. It has the audacity to say, makes Hobo with a Shotgun feel mainstream. Yeah, it went there. And I have to impolitely agree. I think Hobo with a Shotgun is light years better than this movie. Better than Tarantino's Death Proof. I hate Death Proof. I freaking hate that movie. I thought it was boring as hell. That movie is honestly great compared to Father's Day. Like, honestly great compared to this thing. God, why does my camera keep on focusing? Hardcore Henry. Pretty obscure film, but it's a movie that is entirely in the first person perspective. So, you know, if you love Doom, if you love shooting movies, you're gonna love Hardcore Henry, or Hostile Henry, I guess. Henry Hostile, Hostel. This movie was not made by Quentin Tarantino. Something happened where the director Eli Roth partnered up with Quentin Tarantino. So yeah, pretty gory movie, rivals stuff, something like Saw. But yeah, I think it's fine. Hostel Part 2, friggin' dog barking. It happens way more often than you think. Hostel Part 2, I haven't seen either of these films, so yeah. Heat, Blu-ray, yeah, it's Heat on Blu-ray. Love that cover, though. My dad told me about this movie. He said I should watch it, and I was like, alright, I got it, and I still haven't seen it. Home Alone, pretty nice Christmas classic. I'm more than sure you guys have seen this film at least 1,000 times. Each time it comes on Christmas, it's fine. Pretty good. Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, one of the few instances where a sequel is actually better than the original. Yep, I prefer Home Alone 2 over the first one. Not even gonna bother getting any of the sequels because you all know that story. The Hitman's Bodyguard, yeah, cool. Hereditary, one of probably the scariest film I've ever seen in my life. Like, this movie shook me to my core when I first saw it, and it is the scariest film I've ever seen in my life. Although that new movie, Skinamarink, it's kind of got my interest, you know? It seems really epic and scary. Hacksaw Ridge, based on a true story. I love Hacksaw Ridge. Pretty good war movie. Insidious 1, 2, and 3. So before I got this DVD, I was like, I wish there was a collection that had some of the Insidious movies on them because I really want to see them. Lo and behold, I came across this DVD a few days after thinking that. So, yeah, and I still haven't seen them. I know they're like The Red Door. Is that the new movie? That one's coming out, and people are getting hyped over that one, I guess. Oh, more stickiness. Listen to this. Oh yeah, that healing. Stephen King's It. Pretty good miniseries. I think it was really nice. Brings back fond memories of the years gone by. Pretty good, but personally, I prefer the remake. I know, shocking, Maddie prefers a remake to the original, but yeah, I actually think this one was better than the original. It had a higher budget. It was more scarier. Well, I mean, scarier is debatable. But the problem with this movie is it relies way too much on jump scares. Like, this movie is packed with jump scares. I mean, if you like jump scares, I mean, go at it, but yeah, the movie relies too much on jump scares. It Chapter 2, again, nice, but it relies heavily on jump scares, which is one of the cheapest forms of scare you can ever get. Some jump scares are really good and effective. Some are this movie. It's fine, but it just relies too much on jump scares, and yeah. I mean, anyone can just go boo at you and you'll be scared out of your skin, but it's not real horror in my opinion. Independence Day. This is a bigger and more special. This is a collector's edition, whereas that one was not. Hang on, I gotta sneeze. Hang on. Excuse me. Independence Day Resurgence. Not as good as the original, but again, the original was no masterpiece, so what are we really comparing it to? I, Tonya, got this movie for 2 reasons. 1, it was $5. 2, Margaret Robbie. 3, it is apparently the Goodfellas of figure skating, so yeah, I guess. Can I show this one? I'm gonna cover it up just in case. It's not anything graphic, it's just a lot of booty. I Spit on Your Grave. This is the remake version. Fortunately, not the original, which I heard was more graphic and... Well, not more graphic, but it's just the original. And I saw the original. I thought it was great. This one was also pretty good, in my opinion. But yeah. Interstellar. Haven't seen it, but I heard a lot of people absolutely adore that movie. The Invisible Man. This movie doesn't rely as much on jump scares as some other films, but that's what I get. The Invisible Man is fine. You know, it's a remake of the 1930-something original film, or 1920-something. Pretty good. Elizabeth Moss. Excuse me. She is climbing up to be a great actress. Her acting is pretty good. Joker. I have mixed feelings about this movie. So I love this movie, but I kind of know that it's pretty meh at the same time. You know, I know. It's just that my taste in movies has matured as I mature as well. I'm not saying this movie is bad, not by any means. This movie is great. Loved it the first time I saw it, and I could put it on right now, and I'll probably love it as much as I loved it the first time. I can appreciate the well-deserved Oscar-winning performance by Joaquin Phoenix. Can't wait for his new movie, Beau is Afraid. Robert De Niro is also in this movie for whatever reason, I guess. But yeah, this movie was pretty good, but I just kind of have this weird mixed feeling about it. I can't really tell you what that feeling is. Jigsaw. Yeah, we're going to get into the Saw series later on because I have stuff to say about it. Jellyfish Eyes. This was my first Criterion movie ever, and what a way to start off my Criterion collection with this. A lot of people call this the black sheep of the Criterion collection, which I can understand why. This is a strange movie to add to the Criterion collection. It was directed by Takashi Murakami. I haven't seen it, but from what I can tell, it's fine. Alright. Moving on down here. This is going to be more complicated because look at this. Alright. Let's do it anyways. So, should I pull them out or should I leave them there? I'm going to leave them there. So, first up, we have Jumanji, the original with Robin Williams. Rest in peace, Robin Williams. I don't know why I said that earlier when I was talking about Mrs. Doubtfire. Or I don't know why I didn't say that earlier. I don't know. I'm kind of tired right now, guys. Leave me alone. Big Trouble in Little China and Kung Pao Enter the Fist. 2 action comedy movies, I guess. Dumb and Dumber 2 movie collection. I did an unboxing on that. Bill and Ted's excellent double feature. The Mask. Great childhood movie. Still holds up pretty good now. I mean, the special effects are questionable, but if you get past that, this is a great movie. Escape Room, Bourne Identity, The Bourne Supremacy, Captain Underpants, the first epic movie. Yeah, this is kind of some animated films. Turning Red, The Brave Little Toaster, my favorite animated movie personally. The Brave Little Toaster Goes to Mars. The Brave Little Toaster to the Rescue and The Brave Little Toaster Goes to Mars.
Pretty nice movies. The first one is the best one of the best animated films ever made, probably the best. Yeah, don't come at me with your Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Jumanji and Welcome to the Jungle. Perfect example of why you should not include modern stuff into a franchise which took place in the 80s, because, yeah, it's questionable. And also, it's actor bait. It's actor bait, and you might be like, what the hell does that mean? Well, let me explain. Actor baiting is what I like to call when a movie that might not do so well gets some, like, very, very popular actors like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Jack Black. Like, the new Super Mario movie is a perfect example of actor baiting. Chris Pratt, Jack Black, Charlie Day, Keegan-Michael Key, just like you know your movie's not gonna do that well, but I guess even without those actors, the Mario movie would have done great. It was a disgrace that they had a Charles Martinet cameo in that film. Like, I would have loved to hear Charles Martinet speak more. Like, you just hear him go like, "Wahoo, it's a me, Mario," but it would have been so great to actually hear him speak like words, you know. But yeah, that's actor baiting in my opinion. I hate when movies do that. I hate when they do that. Gets on my nerves because they know the movie's not gonna. They know damn well that movie's not gonna do well if they don't have those actors. Ava, sorry about that rant. Porky's, Sledgehammer. Sledgehammer is a TV show from the 90s or the 80s. I can't remember exactly the year. Very, very underrated. It only lasted 2 seasons. It was overthrown by the Bill Cosby Show, which we all know that story. So I really wish this show would have done better, but it didn't. Thankfully, we got this complete series DVD, so you can watch it. There are some episodes on YouTube. I mean, they're all on YouTube, actually. So yeah, but still, I'm glad to own the DVD. Us, I mentioned this earlier, Jordan Peele, pretty good movie. You know, epic. Death Proof. Alright, so I didn't like Death Proof. I know a lot of people adore Death Proof. They love it. They say it's their favorite, but in my opinion, it's Quentin Tarantino's worst film. It tries its best to replicate the 70s Grindhouse era, but I think Hobo with a Shotgun does that way better, you know? This movie just drones on and on. The actors talk too much. They speak too much. It's annoying. It's infuriating. And a lot of people are like, oh, that's how 70s Grindhouse movies used to be. Okay, but just because you're trying to replicate what a like classic movie felt like, you don't have to bring back its worst aspects, all right? We could have done just fine without those talking scenes, but no. Had to ruin it with that. And there's only the first and final scene are the only notable parts of this movie. Aside from some other scenes, those are the only notable parts of the movie. You know, it's just my opinion. Quentin Tarantino's worst film, in my opinion. Sorry. He's actually gonna direct like his final movie, I think. So, yeah, awesome career he had. He had that one stinker he had, but other than that, he's got a great track record. Wallace and Gromit, the complete series. I actually freaking love Wallace and Gromit. One of my favorite things ever. Just love it. Don't really like claymation that much, I mean, I do, but I don't really stick around to watch animated stuff. But that series is just excellent. We got Wallace and Gromit: 3 Amazing Adventures. That just has Wallace and Gromit, Grande Out. What is the other one called? The Wrong Trousers and A Close Shave. That was before they got the complete collection, which includes the 4th film, Matter of Loaf and Death. And yeah. Wallace and Gromit, the movie, The Curse of the Were-Rabbit, Chicken Run. So yeah, that is my Aardman animation collection right there. I love Chicken Run, one of the best animated movies ever. Fake, that is a very, very strange DVD that I got from my cousin. It's like a yaoi anime. Here, I'll show you guys the cover because it's that funny. This is kind of like a gay yaoi anime, I think. Yeah, they kind of love each other. I don't have anything against that, you know. No sexual discrimination on this channel. But yeah. And down there is Dragon Ball Z, the first season. I'm not even gonna bother pulling that out because I mean Jesus. Jumanji: The Next Level. I just got that because it was like $3, and I was like, why not? Let's complete the Jumanji trilogy. But again, actor baiting and just unnecessary sequel or threequel. I mean, all right. You know what? I consider the first Jumanji its own movie. These are just spin-offs. These have nothing to do with, I mean they do, but they are not canon in my opinion. This was the only one that actually happened. These are not real. They are fake. They are simulated. Yeah. Requiem for a Dream. This was directed by Darren Aronofsky. Yeah, amazing director. Wish I had more movies from him. The Thing, one of the greatest horror movies of all time. This is not only horror, but body horror done excellently. Like, jeez. You gotta see that movie if you haven't seen it. Wonder Woman, like the 20-something remake, 2000s, it was made around the 2010s. Yeah, Cloverfield, another copy of The Joker, $1 Million Baby, Short Bus, kind of like this movie's kind of like a coming out gay type of movie. Blade Runner 2049 and Blade Runner: The Final Cut. I got it mostly for 2049. The Inglourious Bastards and Inglourious Bastards. The Inglourious Bastards is the original, and Inglourious Bastards was the Quentin Tarantino remake. Capone. What is this one? Welcome to Collinwood. Tango and Cash. And then over here we got Die Hard. We got Who Framed Roger Rabbit. We got Tron. We got The Menu, another version of Heat. The Matrix, The Police Academy, 1 to 4, Police Academy 1, Police Academy The First Assignment, Police Academy 3, Back in Training, and Police Academy 4, Citizens on Patrol. Funny series. I've only seen the original, so I couldn't tell you how the other ones hold up. The Mobsters, another copy of Animal House, and another copy of Grease. Okay, first shelf is done. And if you're wondering what's behind here, it's just my SpongeBob DVDs. And if you're wondering what's behind here, just a bunch of like other like copies of E.T. There's the Skycrawlers, which is another weird anime. Yeah, just copies of movies that I already talked about or am going to talk about. Superior versions. Oh god, I gotta stand up again. Alright. Citizen Kane, many of which would say is one of the greatest, if not the greatest movie of all time. Alright, pal. Whatever saltens your pickle. I said that to my friend today, and we just lost it. Goodfellas is a 4-film favorite Martin Scorsese collection. Goodfellas, The Departed, Mean Streets, love Mean Streets, and The Aviator. Haven't seen The Aviator. RoboCop, I don't know if I mentioned that. I'm losing my mind. The Rundown, Sniper 7. So many sniper films that exist. I can't even count how many there are. Morons from Outer Space, Where the Wild Things Are, Beyond Jurassic Park, Jackass, The Lost Tapes, Grease, Star Wars, Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, Dexter, Season 1 and 2, and the most shocking episodes, which is just stuff for Dexter fans. Jackass, the movie, Jackass number 2, Jackass 2.5, Jackass 3, Jackass 3.5, Jackass Forever, and the Jackass TV show in this box set. Now, despite me saying how sophisticated my taste is for films, I love Jackass, man. Sometimes you don't want to watch a very sophisticated or smart, high-budget film. Sometimes you want to watch a bunch of idiots kill themselves, and that's exactly what Jackass is. Kindergarten Cop. Another one of the first movies me and my dad saw, so very, very important to me. Jurassic Park. A movie that's absolutely ingrained into my childhood. I have a DVD collection of video of my Jurassic Park DVD collection. So if you guys want to see that, you can check it out. The Lost World, Jurassic Park 3, Jurassic World, aka Jurassic Park 4, I guess. Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. I'm actually going to pull one of these out because it is very tight. And Jurassic World Dominion. It's really sad that Jurassic Park series is like potentially done because like I grew up with the series and it's very important to me. So yeah, maybe they might make another one because the series is so big. But yeah, John Wick, the first one, they're making John Wick 4, which is why I got the first 3: John Wick Chapter 2 and John Wick 3 Parabolum. We got Jaws on Blu-ray. One of my favorite movies of all time. It used to be my favorite, but that's been overthrown by other films over the years. Here's the Jaws 3 movie collection, which includes Jaws 2, Jaws 3, and Jaws the Revenge. We got Juno. This is a blind buy, but I ended up really enjoying it. Ellen Page has now become Elliot Page, so this DVD, I guess, is kind of outdated. I wonder if they ever release this movie again, if they might change it to Elliot Page. This is King Kong 1933. And then King Kong 2005, one of my favorite movies of all time. Again, used to be my favorite, but again, that's changed. Kong Skull Island. And I'm actually going to leave it off here because this video is over 1 hour. I wanted to do this in one take, but fortunately, I'm going to have to do a part 2. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching part 1, and I will see you guys in part 2. Bye.